One FHIR reporting app, all devices, iOS, tablets, laptops, Unix servers. RDBMS, data lakes, for patient CMS regulated downloads, analysts downloads or migrations with end-to-end encryption. One ubiquitous app works with FHIR, or any data, on any device. Download encrypted data, then decrypt on your device. Uses two-factor OAuth with multiple levels of authentication and encryption, even class code encryption to secure against reverse engineering. Facilitates low-latency backups with securely encrypted data and class codes, eliminating reverse engineering of code that aids hackers in breaches. We set the stage to overcome most any ransomware or cybersecurity threats. We do apologize, our HTTPS cert had not updated yet, though now is for this process. Let's start by logging into the BDR FHIR Healthcare Data Migration application. This application runs from most any device that has a browser. After a successful login, the user will be prompted for a two-factor authentication code within 30 seconds and then be allowed into the application. However, the application and DB administrators have set the user's roles and permissions at the application level and at the database level for even more enhanced security and protection. Also, BDR has end-to-end encryption of either all the data or data that meets personally identifiable information or personal health information. First, we establish a connection with the FHIR server. Next, we can scroll through or even quicker search for the resources we want to process and also search for the fields and subfields within these resources. We will select a few fields from the patient resource and the observation resource, and when completed submit the process to view the results and download or migrate the results. Here we care viewing the results of the patient's run of some of their healthcare data. Now let's request to download these results for a more detailed view and have it on our device if needed when you inquire to a provider or facility. You are prompted for 2 passwords for additional data security. The first one is a password to protect the files in the zip file. The second password will be needed to decrypt and make readable your encrypted secured download of your personal health information. Now with the file downloaded to your iPhone in this example, we go to the iPhone's files and click to open the zip file. We are prompted for the zip password to expand and make available the encrypted data file, the decrypt microservice and other necessary information. Now we click on the new data file, and we see it has been decrypted and viewable for your use. This completes the start to end of the CMS required patient download capability, and done so with end-to-end encryption for everyone's security and meeting of regulations and compliance. Users can also use most any device with a browser to run, view, download or migrate data at scales to petabytes of data for analysts, data scientists and others. Here is an example from the iPhone of our viewing of a data profiling run. Here as well we can from the server application, simply click on the data we desire, and drill down into the data, down to the actual original source of record for additional analysis. We are now viewing the results of data outliers and can also drill to the system source of record to identify why data may be out of its normal range. Again, from an iPhone we are viewing results of another process. This process is revealing in the first file what emails are in error and in the second file what countries are in error. For both these columns must be fixed before this data is processed. I hope this short, yet informative iPhone portion of this video has shown everyone the power, value, completeness, scalability and flexibility of how and where the BDR application can be run from and still deliver all the same results. Now back onto the FHIR server, we are showing a simple HL7 set of data and will be migrating this HL7 data into FHIR. Here we see after the process is complete, the HL7 data is now ingested into FHIR and available to the patients, analysts and data scientists, with valid roles and permissions as the system source of records in FHIR are stored and secured with AES 256 encryption. Again, all these processes that were set up and processed from the iPhone were processed on the server via a HTTPS URL connection, and only the requested data that the user had roles and permissions to access were downloaded to the user's iPhone or device, and no other data or code was exposed or ran from the iPhone or user's device. Meet HIPAA, FHIR, CMS, CCPA, CPRA, GDPR, GRC. Regulations with AES 256 encryption, and use our secure proxy to read and access the encrypted data with zero modification to your applications. Our Spark 3.5, Java, Spring Swagger boot framework offers scalability, accuracy and speed. Reach BDR at 847-440-4439 for additional information.